Cancer, welcome to your December reading. We are asking the universe a couple of questions for December for Capricorn. This is a general reading. As I say with all of my videos, it will not resonate with all of you. But for those of you that it does, Cancer, that's great. Our questions are, what gifts is the universe trying to give you during this holiday season? Many different types of holidays this December, and I would like to know what the universe is trying to give you this month, what type of gifts. Our second question is, how do we receive those gifts more graciously, or any gifts for that matter, because many of us have a hard time with receiving. We're much better at giving, right? Better at giving the gifts than receiving them. So we have your cards here from the Modern Witch Tarot, and we will pull some clarifying cards from the Harmonious Tarot. That's this deck here. I haven't used this one before. Show that to you. It is not focusing, of course. There. Okay. Then we will pull a couple of oracle cards to finish everything off. Let's take a look. Let's see what we have here. I'm going to try to make sure you can see everything well. I think that's pretty good. Six of Swords. So it looks, perhaps, Cancer, that you're moving from some troubled waters. Excuse me. I just had a big gulp of coffee. Moving a little slow today, and I apologize for that. Okay, this Six of Swords indicates to me that perhaps things have been a little rocky lately. There have been some troubles to deal with. You're moving out of that now, and that is absolutely a gift. The universe wants to give you some calm in the month of December, a little bit of peace, maybe just a release from that tension of the situation that you have been in. You're moving out of it, and that is a gift, although sometimes endings can be painful, they can be sad. It is perhaps only, it could be that right now you see that that's a gift to leave that situation. It could be that you become aware later and can fully appreciate later the gift of this situation ending. The Four of Cups, this is having choices, maybe being a little bit bored by your choices. What a luxury that is, if you think about it. What a gift to have so much, have so many options, in front of you that you're actually bored and uninterested in making a choice because you have so much good that could be yours. I know it buzzes a bit when I put the cards close to the camera, but I want you to see this card and her sweatshirt over it. She's so focused on what she already has and not being interested in it. She's not even noticing this other offer there in front of her. So perhaps the gift in all of this is an awareness of the spaces in your life, Cancer, where you're taking things for granted, perhaps, where you are underwhelmed because you're so used to having things easy or having luxury in your life. To just be aware of our spots where we're falling into that trap can be quite a gift. The Nine of Cups is quite a nice card to end with here, because this card is beautiful. You really can't ask for a gift that would be much better than this satisfaction and emotional stability. There's a touch of luxury here, pleasure and fulfillment. That Nine of Cups gift is quite a wonderful present to you from the universe. So it looks like you have quite some nice gifts here, Cancer, and let's see what we can figure out about areas where you may be blocked from receiving graciously, so we can open the road for you to receive these gifts. This is where the reading gets a little bit more complicated, because we have to understand how the messages and the energies of these three cards are blocking your ability to be a good receiver. So what is the Queen of Cups speaking to? Her energy is that of compassion and calm, comfort. There is here sometimes a hint of an energy of exploring the deep unknown parts of the self. And I think that what I'm sensing here is, well, let me do the other two cards first. So the Ten of Wands, you're carrying a lot of responsibility. There are a lot of burdens, perhaps. It could be that it's heavy and that you need to put some of it down, or it could just be that you need to find a better way to manage it, because if you see how this character is holding these sticks, it would be pretty hard to carry them very far in that sort of unstable way, and she can't really see where she's going, right? Which makes it also difficult. So emotionally, perhaps you are, well, I was going to do this one too, wasn't I? Okay, so the Knight of Swords energy is impulsive, it's action-based, it is sometimes about defending those things you believe in, and it also means that you could be moving toward a new vision of who you are, like a new vision of who you as a person are, a better understanding of self, I guess. So how is this blocking you from being a good receiver? I think that you're too quick to fall into emotional over-analysis when you get a gift. Does that make sense? Let me see if I can explain that a little bit better. So, Cancer, what I think is that when someone gives you a gift, you immediately start to think about why they've given it to you. What does this signify? Emotionally, what are they expecting of me? Am I reciprocating sufficiently on an emotional level that matches their vibration, so that they know that I really appreciate this gift, and do my expressions when I receive the gift fulfill their emotional, it's a very water thing, right, Cancer? I mean, you're really deeply concerned with the emotional impact on the giver of the gift when you receive it. I hope that's clear. And you sort of rush to that. And you start then to think on another level of, who am I as a person if I'm not gracious in receiving this gift? And do I need to be better about expressing emotion? And how do I do that? And all of this cascade of overthinking that comes from someone just giving you a gift. And you lose sight of the fact that they're giving you the gift because they want to show you they care. They want to give you a piece of their heart. They want to express their compassion or their love or their sense of connection with you. And when you go into overthink mode and start wondering if you're sufficiently reciprocating, you're missing the point of their having given you a gift, and you're also not honoring their emotional space. So it makes it difficult for you to just graciously receive the gift with an open heart and say thank you, because where it is an emotional matter, you're overcomplicating it and letting it become an analytical matter. See with the sword here. You're moving from heart into head very quickly by overthinking, and that is blocking you from fully receiving. So I think that's what I see. I'm going to ask for a few clarifying cards here and see if we can get any further guidance on the gifts for Cancer for December. Do we have any further guidance on the gifts for Cancer for December? Any further guidance on the gifts for Cancer for December? Oh, all right. I just will take these first ones that came jumping out. We have the Sun, it seems like quite a joyful time for you. There's fulfillment and happiness, joy. Yeah, I think leaving whatever situation has been troubling you and being aware of where you may have gotten a bit jaded or a bit, uninspired by life is definitely going to help you get back to the space of joy. It's going to help you appreciate more the luxury and the fulfillment and the satisfaction that is presently available to you. And then we have the Five of Wands here to clarify your gifts as well. And I think in this capacity, the Five of Wands is showing up to sort of say, where you may have been in the past or presently are a bit unaffected by anything because you feel uninspired or you're lacking that spark. I think it has a lot to do with whatever situation you're coming out of in December. And because your resources have been tied up in dealing with the conflict situation, the Four of Cups energy, I think, is a direct result of just not having enough bandwidth emotionally to deal with much because you're in this space that you're leaving now. And because of this, you felt kind of constricted and not like you didn't have enough resources emotionally to move into this Nine of Cups energy, but now you will, which is quite nice. Let's look for some clarifiers on the challenges around being a gracious receiver. Oh, there's a bunch just fell out. It's a lot, but I think I'm going to keep them all. So we have the Three of Swords. There's some hurt here, some grief maybe that is blocking you to some extent as well. Five of Cups, there may be some sense that there were opportunities in the past and you missed them, and you're focusing on the hurt of that as opposed to on the present good in your life. And then we have, let's see, the King of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So this is about lacking motivation, not feeling inspired. That sort of links back to here. Maybe part of what has made you become an overthinker about the gifts and what they mean, and are you being sufficiently grateful, has something to do with a relationship that you're leaving, or a space, a connection, because this is a situation, but I think there are people, oftentimes people are involved in situations, right? And I think that maybe there was a time when this wasn't turbulent, and maybe at that point there was gift giving, and over time as gifts were given, they started to have strings attached, and so now you feel a bit untrusting of any gift. That could be also the case here. But there is a lot of love here, with careful discernment. You don't give up your analytic abilities with regard to when gift giving happens. You do keep that discernment of the Queen of Swords here, but there is a big message to open your heart here, to love, to be generous with your emotional support of others, with your compassion. There is an offer of love here if you are able, and I don't mean that in a romantic sense, okay? I mean to have a more open heart is quite possible if you are able to do some work around the things that block you from receiving from others. You may just feel too vulnerable in that right now. But you're torturing yourself with this overthinking. So I hope that we can find a way in December to acknowledge it, to be aware of it when it starts to happen, and maybe to pause and to acknowledge what that spiral of overthinking that's starting, to acknowledge and see it as it's happening, and pause and try to break that cycle. You are worthy. People do love you. They want to give you gifts, and it's not always for an ulterior motive. It's not always a situation where they're giving you a gift to see if you react in a sufficiently grateful manner. That's what I'm sensing, that maybe in the past there's been situations where you've been given gifts and you were criticized if you didn't seem grateful enough for them. And so you've gone into this overthinking mode. You've also gone into this kind of flatline, disinterest space. I want to, let's see, I'm going to pull one of the Enchanted Oracle, or the Enchanted Map Oracle cards to get a little bit more guidance for you, Cancer, for December. We have Compass, number 50, Compass. I'll read to you from the book on that one. As long as you orient your compass to true north, the direction of your higher power will never be lost. You're entering uncharted territory right now and can expect wonderful new experiences. To stay on the highest path of your destiny, you'll need to keep your compass pointed to true north. Only spirit or a higher power can serve this function. Money, property, prestige, romance, and other material achievements can't help you find your true path. They are simply things you may experience along the journey. Know that Spirit is working in your life, so even if you feel lost temporarily, it will be easy to find your way. Have faith and trust, for your compass, with Spirit as true north, will ensure that you'll never be lost, even on a starless night when all seems dark. So this may harken back to this transition period that you're in, this moving that the Six of Swords is referring to, moving out of some turbulent waters into a smoother space, leaving something behind, literally or figuratively leaving home. Spirit is saying it's okay if you don't always know and you can't always see your path. You've got the compass. You have Spirit at true north. You'll be okay on your journey. There are great things ahead for you. I'm going to pull one of the Faeries Oracle cards for you now, and we'll read that one as well. You have, so that was number 50, and 5s can speak to solving problems, dealing with instability. You have number 8, the Singer of Courage, coming out of the Faeries Oracle. Sorry, I don't know why I said courage. It's the Singer of Courage for you, number 8. Put that there. Here, fix the camera. And let me read to you from the book for that one. This one is about bravery, moral strength, overcoming fear. Most people have decided by the age of 3 or 4 what they must do in order to survive. From this decision, this belief about how the world is, most of our fears and self-limitations grow. Have we the courage to discover and break through these limiting beliefs, awaken to greater possibilities, and go for our objectives? We need to transcend our fears and accept the gift of courage. So it seems that Spirit also is giving you the gift of courage this December. One last card for you to finish off December. I'm going to take a card from the Universe Has Your Back Oracle deck. Inspirational affirmations. Your card. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. So the joy and fulfillment of the Nine of Cups is a bit contingent upon you having faith that you do in fact deserve happiness and love and luxury. I hope that you have a great December. I hope this has been helpful for you. Thank you for the likes, shares, and subscribes. And I mean that sincerely. It's really wonderful to have all of you here and to know that these readings are helpful for you. I always encourage your feedback, and I think I'll be doing some deep dive type readings looking toward the new year a little later this month, so I look forward to seeing you then. And the weeklies, of course, will be posting as well. Thank you so much. Wishing you a wonderful December. Blessings.